Howdy, friends and neighbors. How you doing today? I hope you're doing at least as good as old Terry here. Because let me tell you something. I am hypomanic. Oh, yes, I am. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I had this really strange day and I asked my psychologist, is it possible to be hypomanic just for one day? And the answer turns out is no. But it's possible to have one day when you realize you're starting to be that way. Well, anyway, I can make a video on hypomania, like another 10,000 already on Facebook. No, we're not on Facebook, we're on YouTube. Hell yes, YouTube. You are YouTube. Thank you very much. Oh, and by the way, thank you for watching. Like I said, you're validating my existence. So, but like I said, I'm not here to talk about hypomania. I'm here to talk about medication. I'm here to talk about pills.
Pills, pills, all types of pills. Everyone must take at least one pill. Gobble them, swallow them, eat them down. Don't spit them out because we'll know. Yay!
Pleasant. No, not pleasant at all. But anyway, so I rounded up, finally got all my tumor needs squared away in one place. Anyway, I had surgery. They couldn't cut it out. Matter of fact, they cut me open, and the only thing they did was flop over a piece of intestine and then sew me back up. Then later over, sheet me into the radiation lab, and they blasted me with radiation. They had moved the piece of intestine so that they could have a straight shot to the tumor and not worry about any other tissue. Well, besides giving me a hell of a sunburn, it didn't do anything for my tumor. So, yay! Anyway, I've got a second opinion, but I shouldn't have got a second opinion because I got it from the guy who said, there's nothing you can do about it. Come back in a year. So, you know, when you ask when you ask your surgeon, what's my prognosis? And he says, you have no prognosis. Maybe that's not the guy you ought to be asking for a second opinion. Anyway, I'm now trying to work on my fourth opinion and get somebody to look at it because I'm just looking to get this thing cut out of me. You know what? At this point, I don't care if I die on the table. I just want somebody to cut this thing out of me because the notion of living with this for another 20 years is absolutely more than I intend on taking. So, but we're not talking about the tumor. Anyway, what we are talking about is pills, medication. So like I said, I've got one group giving me pills, and their answer to my tumor, which they couldn't cut out, which they couldn't irradiate, was, you know what, buddy, here's a shit ton of pain pills. I'm like, well, okay. I mean, if you say so. I mean, because they're the fun type of pain pills, too. I mean, you know, you think I'm hypo right now? Do you think I love you right now? Do you think I think you're the most wonderful person in the universe right now? Oh, no, 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 no. Get me riled up on opiates. Load me to the gills with Vicodin and morphine. And you know what? I think you are a glowing special person right now. I mean, when I'm hypo, all people are, well, I'm this kind of hypo anyway. All people are special, glowing, just individual units of wonder compared to my usual anthropomorph, you know, my person hating self. Anyway, so going on, I've got these people just pumping me full. And every time I'd go over there, they'd say, well, what pills you are? And, you know, I'd list the litany of psych meds I was on. I'm on this, I'm on that, I'm on this, I'm 70 milligrams of that. You know, I used to could rattle off that kind of stuff off the top of my head. And then it got changed so much that I really don't know. Sometimes I even just take the whole damn kit and caboodle with me and let them look at the bottles. So, and anyway, I go to my psychiatrist And he's giving me pills left and right, because, that's how they make their living, is by giving you pills. If you came into your psychiatrist 3 times in a row and he said, I have no pills to give you, he would no longer be gaining income from you. Anyway, that's cynical. That's unworthy of me right now. Anyway, so the point is, I got all mixed up and turned around. I mean, I couldn't tell which way was up, down, sideways, in between, in or out. So I'd go to the tumor people, and I'd say, "Hey guys, I'm really screwed in the head." And they go, "Well, that sounds like a problem for your psych meds. So maybe you need to talk to your psychiatrist about it." And I go see my psychiatrist, and he goes, "Well, you know what? Normally I wouldn't even treat somebody who's on as many opiates as you are. Sounds like you need to talk to your pain pill people about all the opiates you're giving to me." And meanwhile, I'm getting hit back and forth like a tennis ball, and I'm fucked up as a football bat. So, anyway, but that's I'm not blaming anybody for that, because that is a hard question to solve, and, fuck them, I am blaming them for that. But that's not the point. The point is that I told everybody what I was on. I told this side what I was on, and I told that side what I was on. And nobody gave a shit. They actually entered, the nurse would come in and enter to their little computer. So they had me jacked up, morphine, 60 milligrams of Vicodin, and 4 milligrams of Klonopin. Now, this is what they were prescribing me. I knew better. I mean, this was a couple of years ago when celebrities were dropping left and right dead from quote-unquote overdoses. And it could have been the pain pills they were taking, but likely it was their Xanax and pain pills. You take enough benzos and pain pills, and the effects are not just adding to each other. They're not just multiplying to each other. They're exponentially adding to the problem. I mean, hell, if you take enough benzos and opiates, you'll fall asleep and just flat forget to breathe. And you'll wake up dead. And everybody go, "Oh, it's so tragic. He had so much more life left in him. I wonder what was going wrong." Well, I tell you what's going wrong. Nobody was even looking at the questions they were asking you. So anyway, as happens when you take opiates long enough, well, let's back up. Anyway, I knew that I didn't need to take that many opiates and that many benzos at once. So I'd kind of alternate day to day which one I would take. Some days I'd only take my full complement of benzos, and then only a little bit of the pain pills. But that was really hard, because, let me tell you, a nerve tumor that size hanging off your spinal column is just no fun. And the other days I'd take the other side, but a little bit less of the other one, because, well, I'm still fighting. I want to live. Especially, let me tell you something, when you're hypo, you've got a lot to live for. Like people like you, you're so awesome. I'm so glad you're here. Anyway, as time goes by, I start getting angry at these people. And one of the reasons I got angry is, if you take opiates long enough, guess what happens? That's right, you get addicted to them. Fortunately, I was able to stop that pretty early in the process. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't early enough. I spent a week and a half of my favorite week and a half in the bathroom, just getting rid of the opiates out of my system. Then I spent another 2 to 3 months not being able to sleep for shit. And finally, but you can't go in and say, "I want rehab for my addiction," because you're afraid the pain may come back to the point that you just can't handle it anymore, and you have to have those pain pills. because you get such a sense of fear. It's just stamped into you that that's what pain will do to you. It's traumatizing. So you don't tell them that you go off the pills. Matter of fact, you keep getting the scripts filled. And fortunately, I've got a trusted friend who holds on to the pills for me. And occasionally, well, first of all, I went in and they wanted to do a drug test on me about the pills because they're looking for all of the sorts of things. And so I go ahead and I piss in the bottle, and they told me I came back clean. I came back negative for any opiates. And they said, but don't worry, this is the cheapo test we gave you. We're going to give you the real test. It'll find out for sure. And so, I was like, no. So I escaped from the unit and called in back and said, I'm so sorry. I had a panic attack. I had to leave. I'm symptomatic bipolar. I'm so sorry. And so every time I'd go to pick up my pills or having a meeting with people, I'd call up my friend and say, I need a couple. And I'd take them before I went to take the pills. Before I went to take the test, so I'd piss positive. But more than that, I kept on getting the scripts filled because I didn't want them to ask why I stopped. It was so hard to get them to start giving me the pills that I was afraid that once they turned the tap off, they would never turn it back on again. So meanwhile, my friend is holding on to so many pills that, if the cops ever came a knocking, he would never ever see daylight from the outside of a prison again. So I didn't know what to do. So anyway, I managed to kick the pills, but occasionally I really need them because it's bad. My friend will dish out a few of them to me. And every time I go to get them, I have to get them to my friend as soon as possible. But that's not the problem. The problem is if you're on 60 milligrams of Vicodin and a bunch of morphine and anywhere between 4 to 6 milligrams of Klonopin, well, that's attempted suicide. And it's all because they love giving out pills. And that's not the bad part. The bad part is they ask. Every time I go, both sides ask what I'm taking. But nobody's looking. Nobody's looking. Anyway, I'm hypo right now, or else I'd be really upset because, it's hard to be really upset when you're on kind of the euphoric side of hypo instead of the angry side of hypo. So anyway, I just wanted to get this down real quick and let you know, do not trust them when they just give you pills. Look up. Never just shove anything in your mouth just because they tell you to. Oh, wait a minute. Don't shove anything in your mouth just because somebody tells you to. That's not even double entendre. That's a half entendre. So anyway, once again, thanks for looking and listening at me. I think you're all so super special, and hopefully I'll get the help I need before I go full-fledged manic or psychotic. But maybe I won't, but I'm hoping I will. Anyway, that's enough for today. Now take real good care of yourself, and we'll see you later. Bye.